Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. We're trying a different angle today for my TBR video, so let me know what you think about it, but I thought this was kind of fun. It's late at night, I'm feeling cozy vibes. I really want to pick my TBR for the month, so we're gonna do that. I have my TBR cart here. I don't really have a great, I guess this is an okay way of showing you guys what's on here. Part of my TBR cart is also where I keep my like bookmarks and filming stuff, so that's what that empty spot is looking like right now. We're gonna use the TBR wheel. I think that worked really well last time, and don't really like the prompts in my TBR jar. And we're gonna pick 6 books for March TBR. I love picking more books for my TBR, but it's fun to be able to read outside of what I have on my TBR. I think my friend and I are exchanging a stack of books this month. Let me know if you want to see a video on that. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any videos from me, and without further ado, let's get into the video. If you didn't see my TBR video last month, I had people on Tinder and Hinge pick out my TBR. And honestly, I wasn't super jazzed to read those books. Some of them I did get into, but overall, not the best experience for me. So I'm looking forward to picking some off of my actual physical TBR because I have so many books on here and I really would like to read them. Obviously, that's why I own them. I found a website called the TBR Machine, so that's what we're gonna use. It just randomizes prompts. It's like the TBR wheel, but just with a more fun name. Let's see what the first one we get is. Okay, first one is read a book that is out of your comfort zone. Okay, really big option here is the Odyssey, but I don't think I'm ready for this one yet, and I'm kind of hoping my book club chooses this, so we're putting that one back. Okay, guys, pretty wide range of options here. First, we have The Long Walk by Stephen King. I don't really read, well, I've never really read much of Stephen King, but I also don't really read horror, but I do really want to read this book. Then we have Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. This has been on my monthly TBR so many times, but I really want to read it. It's on my top TBR for the year, so here's another one. And then this book is called Get in Trouble. It's short stories, which I don't know if that is what's out of my comfort zone. There have been some short story books I've enjoyed. I just have a hard time with like the pacing of it, getting into it if you're just gonna switch to a new character in the next story. But this one I got as a Christmas gift, and it's not something I would normally pick up, but I am super intrigued by the cover. Man, how do I choose between these 3? I kind of think I'm gonna have to choose Huck Finn because I really want to finish my top TBR this year, and once I read this one, then I will read James because I've been really meaning to do that. So putting this one on my TBR for March. Maybe I'll actually read it this month. Okay, next prompt. Read a debut novel. No, oh wait, the novel. Okay, wait, never mind. He literally wrote a book. Everybody's already written another book, guys. I don't know how to pick one. Was A Tree Grows in Brooklyn a debut novel?
Grows in Brooklyn is the first novel from author Betty Smith.
Great news, guys. This book is a debut, which I feel like this toes the line of classic. I guess I would call this a classic. This is another one I think is on my top TBR for 2026. So I honestly think this might be the only debut novel that I own that I haven't read. So this one's going on the TBR. All right, next prompt. Read the highest rated book on your TBR. If you guys remember, I did this for a video and I didn't like it, which is interesting, but I'm curious what the next one is. The highest rated book on my TBR is Just Mercy. The only 2 that fall above that are books that are not out yet, which is pretty typical for books on Goodreads. This one has an average rating of 4.62 on Goodreads, and it's definitely something that I would like to read. We're putting this one on the TBR. Okay, halfway there. Listen to an audiobook. Okay, so this is kind of like a wild card pick. For this one, I'm gonna go for one that is a little bit older that I know the audiobook will probably be available for. Maybe The Lincoln Highway. I feel like this is one I would audiobook. Let's see if I can get it on Libby. Okay, I'm just gonna go with my gut and pick this one because I think anything else that I have on here, I don't know if I'll be able to get the audiobook right away, and this one is definitely a chunkier one, which is what I like to audiobook because it goes by a little faster. But I liked A Gentleman in Moscow. I've heard this one is really good, and gotta get back to my historical fiction. I haven't been reading as much historical fiction recently. Next prompt is read a book recommended by a friend, which is great because I have this little stack of books that my friend Tenny got for me for my birthday, and she wrote the sweetest little notes inside of all of them, and this one is one of her favorite books ever, and she keeps telling me to read it, so I'm gonna read this one. Tenny, if you're watching, surprise! Looks pretty short. I think it's historical fiction. She said it made her cry. Just my favorite type of book. So that is book number 5. These are the other 2 in case you're wondering. The House of the Spirits, we're gonna be reading this one together sometime this year. I don't know, it's planned in our little personal curriculum. And this one is called The Other Significant Others, and it's about making life more focused on friendship friendship, and I love this concept. Definitely want to read this one. Okay, read a book with an animal on the cover. I feel like I've gotten this one before, and I don't know that I have any books that for real have animals on the cover. This one has a moth. Oh, the goldfinch does, but I don't want that one. This one has bird. This one has animals on the cover. Ooh, and this one, birds on the cover too. Seems to be the only animal. I think that between these two, I'm really drawn to this book, Migrations by Charlotte McConaughey, because this is the last book of hers I haven't read, and it seems a little wintry, so I want to read it before the winter is over. There are birds on the inside of the book, and then the first line of the book is, "The animals are dying. Soon we will be alone here." Sounds a little bit like Wild Dark Shore. Okay, I'm choosing that one. A beautiful physical TBR of paperback books. My favorite. I love it. This is our stack of books for the month of March. We've kind of got a nice like blue, green, black color scheme going on here. Let's go through these all. First one was Book Outside of Your Comfort Zone, and I chose Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. This is a classic. I haven't read it yet, but I'm gonna read it this month. If I don't finish this in March, please literally bully me. Like, I'm not joking about that. I have to read this book. The next one is a debut novel, so I chose A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. This is supposed to be another classic that everybody should read. Next book is highest rated book on your TBR. This is Just Mercy. It's a nonfiction book about somebody who was given a life sentence for a crime he didn't commit, and talks sort of about the consequences of our current criminal justice system. This is another one of those that is on everybody's must-read list. Next was a book you want an audiobook, so I chose The Lincoln Highway by Amor Towles. This is a historical fiction book set in 1954, and it's set in, I think they're on a train. I don't know anything about it. Next one was a book recommended to you by a friend, and I chose City of Thieves, which was recommended to me by my friend Tenny. And it is also a historical fiction book set in Leningrad, and I love a World War II story. I really think I'm gonna enjoy this one a lot. And finally, our last prompt was a book with an animal on the cover, and as you can see in the top corner, there are birds. I chose Migrations by Charlotte McConaughey. This is about a woman who moves to Greenland to follow the last Arctic terns in the world. Oh my god, this is about Arctic terns. Wait, Arctic tern. The Arctic tern, just like in Okay for Now. Oh my god, slay. I have some friends who are gonna love to hear that I'm reading a book about Arctic terns. And that is basically what this book is about. Charlotte McConaughey has such an atmospheric way of writing, so I'm really excited to read this one. This is her only book I haven't read. So that is my short but mighty stack of books for March. I feel like I have some ambitious ones in here, some shorter ones. We'll see what happens. I've been reading a lot of library books recently. I still have a pretty big stack out of the library, so there's lots of reading to be done in the month of March. Very exciting things are happening in March for me. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. Love you guys so much. Thanks for watching all the way until the end. Make sure you're subscribed. I don't want you to miss any videos from me, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, friends.